What's good, fam? It's your boy Jorge. Welcome back to another episode of Hanging with the Boys. I got the gang back in the studio, and I'm not talking about the Crips. Well, maybe you guys were wearing all blue.
Yeah, here we are.
Yep.
Ready to party.
What's going on? It's hard getting all these divas in the studio nowadays. I mean, we got one that just takes vacations, and then the other one that's just over there on the computer just buying up stock. So
Yeah.
between all that, dude, I can't. I hold down the fort myself, trying to make this podcast a success.
You're doing all right.
Sorry.
You're doing good. I've been paying attention.
Unbelievable. Yeah, we've had some good guests, so you guys are welcome on that.
I watched. They were very good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like getting the good comments.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I don't really ever get like bad comments. I think the only ones were like, "Hey, your background sucks. Spend $20," and it's like, all
You
right.
did. This was more than $20.
Yeah, this was a lot. Yeah, but so it's pretty fun getting different people on here. I hope people have been enjoying it. I do have plans for other people coming on. Maybe a Pokemon guy.
Oh, I would have questions.
Do you?
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
You want to be here?
Sure.
I guess I should let you guys know when I have people on. So if you guys do want to come. I mean, I did let you know about the Jose.
Oh, yeah.
But
For sure, her next time.
but if you guys want to come on, then you're more than welcome, obviously.
Yeah.
I just kind of figure like whenever the people can, I'm just like, yeah, come on over, like, so we can bust it out.
Mm-hmm.
Right on.
Pokemon questions?
Negative.
No?
What's your favorite Pokemon?
Yeah. Probably Squirtle.
Mm.
It's one
Gross.
one of the few I know. So,
Dave's over there buying stocks, and I'm just over there buying
yeah.
Pokemon cards.
Dude, stocks sucks right now.
Yeah.
Actually, I've been doing all right. But if you're playing the big stuff, everything's down. And then when you think it's down, it's up. Fucking killing me.
Yeah, you got to be glued to the computer. That's why Hater Dave don't come to the podcast no more.
The only one
Yeah,
for me
right.
that's not in the negative, I think, right now, which I have like hardly any money in there at all, but it's the Take-Two Interactive.
Ooh.
Take-Two Interactive. What is that?
Rockstar Gaming?
No, it's the people that make Grand Theft Auto. The new,
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
new one.
Rockstar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
they
Take-Two's
own.
a parent company. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. So bought that a while ago.
Good. Yeah. Come September, things should slowly go up just for anticipation. Hey,
Yeah,
buy the rumors, sell the news.
exactly.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff that's hyped up a lot, and then in the anticipation, it'll grow and grow and grow, and then the day it comes out, you sell it.
Yeah.
You know what we should look into, Dave, since you're so into it?
What?
Like Pokemon Go.
Mhm.
I think it was Niantic. It was Niantic, the company, but they sold it to like this big Saudi company.
Oh, really?
It was like $4.3 billion or something like that.
Whoa.
So I don't know who that company is, but I'm sure
Probably
you can.
private.
Maybe.
All those Saudis, private money, dude.
Maybe. That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
But make sure you guys like, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff. The only way you can help
When
us
this
out.
dropping? Friday?
Yeah,
God, it's so hard to talk about stuff right now because it's like things change so rapidly.
that's okay.
But I mean, you look at like the tariff stuff going on and stuff. We were talking about stocks. So, Monday, everyone was expecting it just to tank hard, and it did first thing out of the gates, and he immediately reversed and went straight up. I was like, good thing I'm just sitting here watching because,
Yep.
and I think it was like a false news report that actually sent things back up.
Yeah. I don't even care. I try to just live
Nothing you
life
can
and be
do about
happy.
it.
That don't make me happy,
Yep.
But anyways, what have you guys been up to besides trading stocks?
Watching Apple stock go up today, 20%.
20%.
Yeah, that I think there's everything's up right now because I think Trump just paused tariffs.
Not crypto.
Like it just
Did
hit.
he pause them?
Well, he
He
said
did?
any country that hasn't given us a retaliatory tariff, I'm pausing your tariff for 90 days so we can evaluate and come to an agreement.
So if he put a tariff on someone and then they came back
Yeah,
and put a tariff on us,
yeah, like
even
China,
more.
I think was
Yeah.
the primary one. Yeah,
So he's not canceling that one or pausing it, but he is for the people that were like,
right.
all right, we'll take it.
Yeah, I think the EU was like, hey, let's get to a fair trade agreement. All that shit. So, but Apple, they flew apparently like 5 planes worth of iPhones into the country to avoid the tariffs in case they were,
Yeah.
ahead of time. I think within by yesterday, I guess at midnight, they had that completed. So,
But that is China, right?
Yeah.
So there will be tariffs on the iPhones.
Right.
Yeah.
But figure 5 plane loads. I mean, that's got to be several 100,000 phones. That's
Dude,
crazy.
imagine if the planes just blew up because of the batteries and shit.
Oh, God.
5 plane loads of iPhones just destroyed.
So much money.
That'd be wild.
It's good stuff.
We got going on, Megan.
We went to San Diego over spring break.
What? I thought you were going to Monterey.
No, that's usually around her birthday.
Oh,
in
okay.
September. We try
Yeah,
to do
because
that.
you're like, I'm going to the zoo, and I'm like, I didn't know there was a zoo in
If you're going to
Monterey.
go to
No,
a
San
zoo,
Diego
that's the
Zoo.
one to go to.
The
San
Monterey-
Diego.
Oh, yeah.
No,
we
Monterey
did
Bay
go to the Monterey
Aquarium.
Zoo.
What's there? Is it?
It's very small.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's
But-
got to be.
What's that?
The Monterey Zoo. You don't really hear about it.
After you go to the San Diego Zoo, you kind of can't go
Oh, yeah.
too many other
No,
zoos.
it sets the bar really high. But yeah, we did that. We saw my brother's new baby. Hung out with them a lot. Then
That's his only baby
yeah,
so far?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also went to the safari park, which is like the sister zoo to the San Diego Zoo.
Yeah. How was that?
Yeah, what was better?
I think now I might like the main zoo a little bit more just because you can get more done in the time because it's more compact.
The main zoo?
Yeah, the
Really?
safari park, everything's really big and spread out like enclosures, like they have a whole like savanna with all the animals just roaming.
Yeah.
And it's really pretty. It's really cool. I would still suggest doing it. It's definitely worth it.
So do you visit there? Like, are you in a car for like a tour? or
No,
how does
you
that
can
work?
you can pay extra to go in like these like safari truck things that they take you around the savannah in. We didn't do that, but it's a really great zoo. So
Okay, I have not gone there. My in-laws live in LA, so every time I'm down there, we're like,
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
we should do that. And I'm
it is in Escondido. It's not in San Diego.
Oh, so it's not right
proper.
next to it?
No.
So it's 2 different tickets?
Yeah. I
Okay.
think there's packages you can buy where you might save a little money if you do like a both
Yeah.
park thing. But yeah, it's great. Definitely don't do like a heavy leg day before either of the zoos because it's mostly hills. So like I was pushing, I'm there by myself with her and pushing the stroller, which is like 40 pounds up hills for like
they're pretty
6+
steep
hours.
at that zoo, yeah.
And it was pretty brutal, but yeah. It's
Your
a great
husband
place.
didn't want to go?
Well, he had to work. It was his overtime and stuff is already scheduled out so far in advance. So
So
we
he didn't
can-
go?
No, I went by myself. Plus, he only likes to go places for like 1 or 2 days, and I was
Yeah.
like, I want to
They
spend.
probably wouldn't let him in because he shoot the animals.
Yep, totally. That's exactly what would happen.
I actually watched or listened to a Joe Rogan podcast yesterday. It's like the latest, one of the latest ones. And he's talking to this guy that they're cloning shit.
Yeah.
So I think it's called
listen.
Colossal.
Yep.
That's pretty wild, huh? So
Dude, it's nuts.
what would be? I mean, there's obviously the dinosaur thing, but he was saying there's like no actual DNA that they could pull from to like maybe do that. Yeah,
Maybe.
I guess. But what animal would you guys like to see?
Just
Well, I think
like
they're
at
gonna-
a zoo or like in
Well,
the
I mean, if they
wild?
did that and you could see it in a zoo, yeah, for sure.
Oh.
Because they did the wolves from
Right. They
Game of
pulled
Thrones?
DNA. Yeah, they pulled DNA from a 10,000-year-old tooth and a like 72,000-year-old skull
yeah.
to create. And they basically took modern wolf DNA, from what I understand, and found the differences and spliced them or something somehow.
And they're doing
And so
they
these
want
wolves are
to
like 6 months old now.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and they want to do like the woolly mammoth.
Yeah,
Just like their
that
big-
would be a
That'd be
a
pretty nuts.
good one. That'd be cool.
You know what's crazy though? The dude said that they're not that much bigger than like the Asian elephant or whatever they're called, and like the African elephant. They're all about roughly the same size.
Mhm.
Oh,
But
really?
everything I've ever seen, I'm like, they're
gigantic.
massive.
Yeah.
Right? They're like dinosaurs, but
Right.
they're actually almost like
Huh.
big
The
elephants.
hair
I realize
probably
that.
makes them look
And
larger
the
or
tusk,
something.
yeah.
Mm.
But you know what's interesting about that Colossal is their whole mission is to learn how to create this stuff just so they can help, like, their whole concentration is to keep animals from going extinct
Yeah.
in present day.
That's pretty cool.
Which is surprising that they're like, oh, let's recreate something that doesn't exist anymore to kind of backtrack into what today's world is, you know?
Well, I think they're trying to develop the entire just way to do it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so that way they kind of know how to do that, not just animals are gonna go extinct or whatever. But that's pretty cool. But did you read any of the comments?
No.
Well, I was on Spotify. A lot of them are like those people saying like, "Why are you playing God?" And it's bad for the environment because it's like
like
supposed to
messing.
happen. But it's
Yeah.
like, well, a lot of those animals would probably be still around if it wasn't for like humans, right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
So
Some of them.
it's kind of,
depends.
I don't know if you're destroying habitats and everything in the world because you're making more elephants or Siberian tigers are like going endangered, you know?
Right.
So I don't know. I'm fine with that.
We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah. Whatever.
I don't know.
We have another way to just start recreating animals now, so maybe we don't have to worry as much.
Did you heard that part where he recreated someone's dog?
What?
Someone's dog?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I've read that story before.
Yeah, like you can clone someone's dog.
Yeah.
Holy
that's
shit.
nuts.
So he did that. I'm imagining someone just super rich.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. How much would that cost?
Yeah.
So much.
He's like, we're not in that business, but this person came and
So this guy, the host that he has, I watched a quick thing on that one of those conversations on YouTube, like one of the clips. What is he? Is he's not from Colossal, or is he?
who the guy that was?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the main guy.
Oh, okay, all right. I just didn't know if he was like a geneticist that was
No, he's an AI guy.
okay. All
So
right.
basically, like what I say, like Elon does, he basically says, I'm just pretty smart, but smart enough to like get all the smartest people. So
Right.
he's like the dumbest guy
Yeah.
compared to everyone that he hires. And that's kind of what I think about Elon. I think he's just very good at hiring like the smartest people. But Elon himself, now that we're talking about that, let's go into that. That's my conspiracy. People might not like it. They might not like it. But dude, I really don't think Elon does anything
He couldn't possibly be contributing a whole lot to his companies
right now.
other than a direction and cracking a whip.
Yeah, right now.
Even when he's not involved in the government. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like,
Yeah. But even before, because I don't know if you watched his interviews, and it could be the spectrum that he's on, but a lot of times when he's asked a question, he doesn't know how to answer right away. He's always like, and then he's always stuttering and stuff, and it kind of makes me think like he's trying to go back. Like maybe he's smart enough to like memorize a lot of things.
Yeah.
So he just kind of goes back. He's like,
Maybe
and
he's
thinks
just worried
about it.
about being wrong, and so he wants to like say the right thing.
I don't know, but he sounds kind of stupid to me when I hear those interviews.
True.
I'm like, dude, you made those cars. Like, how do you not know?
Yeah.
Right.
And he's always like stuttering and it takes him a while. So I just think he really like hires the smartest people.
Yeah. Maybe he has an eye for that.
Yeah.
Just knows.
But also like, I don't know if you guys heard, he was supposedly getting kicked out of Doge, but
That seems to be fake.
then he said he's not. He's
Yeah.
like fake news or whatever.
Yeah.
But just people talking, I guess rumors or whatever. He's kind of a dick, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of weird that he would have like so many companies and happy employees, which I know some Tesla employees and they always talk shit about Tesla. So I don't
Right.
know.
I don't
But
know. I
that's
don't
just how
see-
big companies run, I guess.
I don't see how he has time to make anything do well
Babies?
at this point. Like he has to have other, well, besides that, he's very busy doing that. But
I don't blame him.
Yeah, do that, and then all the Doge stuff, and then all his companies, and I don't understand, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Weird time we're living right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just people hate him now.
Yep.
Pretty funny.
Yep.
I just keep buying Tesla stock, so
See, it's Mr. Stock Guy. That's all.
yeah.
Always got
I'm
to
just like,
circle back
it's
to
down
that.
again. I'll buy another share.
He loves
Cool.
it.
Yeah,
Loves it.
I do love it. I'm like, keep on going.
Dave, when is it going to be enough?
Never.
How much money can you get and then be like, I'm cool?
Yeah, where you throw in the towel.
But then, because
Like, okay,
there are
yeah.
those people, hold on.
Yeah.
There are those people that are like, maybe come from nothing
Right.
and then make a shitload of money. And then they get pretty successful, however they made that money. And then they're like, yeah, 50 million is pretty cool, but 500 million would be cooler. And then they work. And then they get there, which is cool. And they're like, yeah, but a billionaire would be cool.
Yeah.
And then you're a billionaire, and then you're like, yeah, but let me get to the top where Mark Zuckerberg is. Like, what is your?
For like to never work again?
No, just to be happy.
Oh. Well, I'm usually just happy doing whatever I'm doing. Like to actually quit my full-time job would be, I don't know, a couple million. I'd be like, all right, I'm good.
Then you would quit stocks?
No, that's not my full-time
Never?
job. I just like doing that. It's fun. Look at that. You know,
But that's what I'm
charts,
saying.
Patterns.
But that's what I'm saying. When is it enough for you to be like, all right, I don't really have to make any money no more. I'm happy.
Well, being happy and making money are two different things.
I'm happy with amount of money I made.
I don't know.
See, there isn't a number for Dave,
10
and
million,
that's a problem.
I guess.
It's an issue.
There isn't a number with Dave.
Yeah, I think you're correlating happiness with money, which is not how that works. Like people are happy with $72,000 a year.
So why does it matter to you so much then?
Well, I'd like to retire. I'd like to be independent completely. I mean,
Why? Because it'll make you happy?
Yeah, simplicity and, you know.
See? That's what I'm saying. But no, I'm just saying there has to be a number. Otherwise,
So if I had, let's just say I'm wildly successful in stocks, right?
Mhm.
And I made $10 million, whatever that number is. I'll definitely quit my day job, but I won't stop doing stocks just because it's fun.
Mhm.
It's like, well, okay, you know, you chart it, look at it, go, okay, right here looks like a good spot, and wait for it to.
But then
whatever.
obviously you're well off and you have a lot of money. So you have way more money to put into stocks and stuff. So then you probably be making even more money. So when is it like, you're like, I'm cool?
I don't know.
I'd be cool with like 20.
20 million?
Never do nothing ever again.
Really? Yeah, but
10.
So if someone offered you 20 million, you just be like, yeah, I won't ever do anything again.
No, I do stuff, but not like because I want to make money. I just do stuff because I'm bored.
Right. I mean, I
When
think
there's
I'll
no
always be doing
pressure
something, but-
involved.
Huh?
When there's no pressure involved.
Yeah.
Like,
But I'm
for
just
fun.
saying, like, I wouldn't like care to make more money
Right.
at all. You know, I would do stuff where like I would buy properties and stuff like that. And then if that's all I leave my kids, then that's all I leave them. And if I run through that 10 million in my lifetime, then it is what it is. And I left them properties and stuff that they can, you know, handle later on.
Mhm.
But for the most part, I'm just like I like the convenience that you're talking about, all that. And yeah, like money doesn't make you happy, but the convenience does, right?
Mhm.
So there's my number is not that large. 20 is quite a bit. And I only say 20 because when you really like sit down and you're like, well, I'll get this house and get this and that.
Right.
Maybe you spent like 2 to 5 million.
Yeah, 5 million is probably really high unless you're getting like you want to live luxury. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, you know, $1.5 million should probably be set with anything you could want unless you get really ambitious. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I gotta have a Rolls Royce.
Mhm.
You know, it's like,
Yeah.
what?
Well, I'm just saying like buying some like a lot of land and a good house that you build
Yeah.
on it and stuff like that. You're looking up there, you
So
know.
like
So
5 or 10 million, I wouldn't have a full-time job anymore. The stocks,
dude, $1 million I want to have.
if I'm being
full-time.
consistent in like stocks and making money, I probably wouldn't stop because it doesn't take that long. A couple hours a week and you got everything the knowledge, you know, you just set parameters and say, okay, if it hits here, let me know. And then I'll enter.
Then what happens when you're like really involved in it, a lot of money in it, and then it crashes, 1920 depression or whatever it was, and then you Kurt Cobain yourself.
I wouldn't do that. That's half of being successful. It's like not like rule number 1, keep your losses small. That's rule number 1. So I wouldn't worry about that. But
About Kurt Cobaining yourself?
yeah.
Mm.
Or losing all the money because I wouldn't have most of it in any kind of stock trading, you know?
Okay. I think the answer is Dave's just going to keep going.
Yep.
Meg,
Oh, yeah, it's easy.
how many millions?
And think about this. Think about if
Maybe like 2.
2 million, you're good?
Yeah.
you're done. You're like, I'm done. Thrift shopping's done.
Yeah.
Never touching it again. Then you do that because you enjoy it?
Yeah. But then it wouldn't be about making money. It would just be for fun.
Okay, well.
You know, takes the pressure off.
I mean, think about
Less
this. Think
stress.
about if you're like wildly successful with whatever you're doing. If mine's stock trading or something, I mean, then I could just start donating shit every year. Like, oh yeah, here's $1 million.
Become a philanthropist.
Donating. What is that?
Yeah.
Donate to this podcast, by the way.
Oh, please.
No, what I would do, the only way I would, because I always think about like certain things, and you know, you said open up a boxing gym. I think opening up a boxing gym would be cool, but not for the fact of like making money on it, just for the fact that I'd want to open up a boxing gym for kids.
Yeah.
Open up like a sports complex, would be kind of dope, like here. But I don't ever see that happening. Like my vision, I don't see it happening in this county. Like
Right.
how the people are here. So stuff like that. Like, so I would try and like, if I was like well off and had all that money, I would try to make more money to be able to fund that. But then that's it. You know?
Right.
And or a park. So all three things I would want to do are like kind of kid based, where it gives kids places to go and do stuff.
Right.
By the way, this is Child Abuse Month. So
Child abuse awareness.
yeah.
Oh,
Well, you know what I meant. Maybe. Don't abuse your kids. And if you know someone, you know, speak up.
turn them in.
Real quick question on that though.
Mm-hmm.
I know your answer.
Okay.
I'm not much of a snitch. Okay. It's kind of weird for me. So you know someone and they kind of abuse their kids. Would you go tell like the authorities?
Yeah. In
So
a heartbeat.
yeah. So I would like to think I would too. But if I saw it in person, I would say something.
Mm-hmm.
But then if I kind of just knew him, I'd be like, you know, like maybe I would tell you so you can go tell.
That's fine. I'll
Yeah.
do it. Because
But
you
like-
have to have somebody has to be like the voice for the kid
Yeah.
because they don't know. So
What about you? Would you go tell?
It depends on what it is, because like today's day and age is like, you
Not
know,
just like hitting your kid. Like
back in the day, it used
abused.
to be the belt, and that was the way it was.
Yeah, yeah.
Nowadays, you know, I mean, I've known people that have had their kids like taken because they were like they kicked them in the butt and not like straight up punted them. Like
Yeah.
actually, he's like, come on, get down the hall. And like there was a divorced couple, and one of the kids, oh yeah, dad kicked me in the butt, and the wife reported it, and he got his kids taken away.
So the wife
Like-
was the snitch.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, today's standards are a little
Yeah.
tight, if
Yeah,
you will. But I mean, depending on what it was, yeah, probably so.
Like you would physically go tell?
Well, something report it, yeah.
you'd be anonymous.
True.
Mhm.
I would like to think I would. But then also that it's kind of weird to me.
Well, I wouldn't. I would want to make sure, you know, because of those reasons. Like, I wouldn't want anybody to have their kids taken away when it wasn't like necessary. But you also, in those situations, sort of have to err on the side of caution because you don't also want to miss that.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Especially like if it's a friend too.
oh yeah, that might get.
That's kind of
messy.
where I was talking. Not like
But
just
then,
a random.
I mean, I guess you would just, if you did it anonymously, then it'd be pretty hard for them to find out it was you unless you outed yourself. But
well, not unless like you were there and you saw some shit go down and then all of a sudden the next week.
day.
Yeah, the report says this happened inside your home.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, yeah, there might be signs, but then it's like, well, you don't want to be friends with somebody who does that to their kids anyway. So
Yeah. To their kids.
yeah,
Or any kids.
right.
Yeah. You know, or you could volunteer and be a great citizen like I am and help mold the minds of these kids. I'm a soccer coach.
Oh, yeah.
Does your daughter do anything?
Gymnastics.
You haven't been roped. Well, that's a little bit different, but you haven't been roped into doing any volunteering yet, right?
No, because they don't really do that at this level.
you just
Like,
wait.
You know.
Just wait.
Yeah, it's all right.
Weren't you roped into coaching baseball last year?
no.
No.
A basketball.
Oh, basketball you were
Yeah,
this year?
I was like a quasi coach. Like I just show up most of the time and then hope everything went well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. I was like, they're like, you're not going to have a team if we don't have a coach. And then someone volunteered, but I went to one of the practices. I was like, yeah, he definitely needs some help.
Yeah.
Not that I know a lot about basketball, but I was like, hey, I'm pretty sure if we put our minds together, maybe we could form half a coach.
No,
So
I
we just
mean,
went for it, you know?
It helps having that extra help. Like my son, my little guy, who's 7, is my assistant coach.
Oh. There you go.
I don't have an assistant
Nice.
coach. And then every other parent or every other coach has like an assistant coach. And I'm like, that would be kind of nice.
Yeah.
Because when I can go with like the kids that want to do like goalkeeping and like train with them for an hour instead of like trying to do everything, you know? So
yeah, divide and conquer.
yeah, it would be nice. But yeah, my little 7-year-old, I'm like, hey, go get the vest. I tell him when to blow the whistle. Like he's super pumped on that kind of stuff. But yeah, on the lines that you guys were saying, like it's pretty crazy, the stuff have this kid on the team that he might be on the spectrum somewhere, which is kind of one of those things where it's like, I have their sign up sheet and everything. It's like, maybe it should say like if he has some kind of issues, right? So I kind of,
yeah.
So
You gotta
just-
know.
yeah, you just show up and I'm just like he's super nice, high functioning, never, a lot of times he doesn't focus. So like kids are yelling at him. He never like freaks out. So maybe, I don't know. I think something's going on. I'm not really sure, but, he'll like come over and want a hug. And I'm like, nah. Like can't really do that because all the training that you go through, you're not supposed to be doing that kind of stuff and all that.
Yeah.
But I feel bad. I'm all right, buddy. But he's like a really sweet little kid.
Yeah.
Or 10-year-old, whatever he is. But
He's a kid. Yeah.
yeah, and it's like, but no heads up.
Right. But that organization you're into in particular is just notorious for being like, we're going to close down the league if we don't get more volunteers. Like,
Yeah,
I paid for my kid to play. I don't know what to tell you.
yeah.
I'm not going to coach because I've been a ref in that league before.
Oh,
It's a big commitment.
And I was like, oh
yeah.
my God.
But then they get you in there. They're like, you're already gonna be here because your kid's gonna be playing, so might as well coach. You're like, oh, that makes sense. And then they're like, you get to pick the time and place that you coach. I'm like, oh, that's actually a good perk and stuff like that. So you're like, all right, cool, I'll do it. And then all of a sudden they're like, hey, you guys got to do all this training. That's like an hour and a half on the computer, each little program. And then I had to go on a Friday night to do like a in-person
Yeah, I did
test.
do that too.
And then on Saturday I had to go again for another in-person like skill thing. I was the baddest dad there, But I was breaking ankles left and right. But it's like you guys never once said that stuff.
Yeah.
Nope.
So they kind of just
I guess
like,
in essence we could say your volunteer work really isn't volunteer in a way. You're like, hey, are
they
you
made
guys
me do it?
volunteering for anything? Yeah, I got roped into this. So
yeah.
you're
No. So actually, when I volunteered, it was because I was like, all that stuff you guys said makes sense. After I volunteered, they threw all this other stuff on you. That's when you're like, oh, you guys roped me into this. So it's a little both.
Yeah.
I was down. But then also I was like, because it's U12. I think I have one 12-year-old on the team.
Oh boy.
And then I'm like, it's kind of like I didn't want to never coach until like older, but I was like 12-year-old, U12, good. My kid will be 11 this month. They're not there yet.
Right.
Well, me mentally, I'm not there yet. Like,
Yeah.
it has to be like probably U16,
Right.
where
And
I could
that's where
probably
you would
coach
shine.
good. Yeah. Like a middle school,
Where you can cuss at them or something.
not cuss at them, but like when you kind of,
You like ride their ass a little bit, like when they're slacking.
yeah, when you give them expertise on something, they can actually listen. But right now, I'm like, yo, what did I just say? And they're like, I don't know. Well, yeah. How many times I got to blow the whistle so you like pay attention?
Right.
It's stuff like that. It's like, but whatever. It's
Yeah.
fun.
Yep.
What do you got for us?
These are just interesting things. Scientists
stock
create
news.
sound that can curve. You've seen these panels before where they have linear sound now. This has been around for a decade
Think
anyway,
so.
where they can just point like these panels in any direction, and the sound will only travel in the linear direction of that.
Can it go further then?
Yeah,
Or-
it just goes, and then people like out of that zone like can't hear it.
Oh, weird. That's
Yeah,
cool.
They were thinking like military and stuff. Now they've figured out how to make the sound curve around things.
What?
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's frightening, is what it is. Kind of cool, but
Oh, wait. Is that the thing where they were talking about weapons that are going to be used, like frequency, like high frequency, sort of like crowd control stuff?
that could be. I saw something on X, which usually I have to double check the source on that, but
Yeah.
something where there was like a protest somewhere in like the EU or something, and the whole crowd just went all of a sudden, and
Yes,
it was
that
like
was
a
it.
super loud.
That was it.
Like they were like, "Oh my god!" No one knew what was going
and
on.
thought they were testing some sort of.
Yeah.
Do they just need like
weapon
one
like that.
panel or one speaker or whatever?
I don't know. I don't
Or do
know
they
a-
need two?
a lot. I don't know. No, I think it's just one, and it just shoots the sound off in that straight direction.
And it curves it.
Well,
For the
now-
curved one,
Yeah,
I mean.
let's see what the curved one
I don't know
says.
about the curved one.
It's like Angelina Jolie in Wanted.
Yeah, you got to curve the bullet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so it's like It says these ultrasound waves are inaudible during transmission and only become audible at the point where they intersect, allowing the intended recipient to hear the sound while others nearby do not. So I don't know how they would figure that out, but this is coming out of Penn State right now. So
Don't they have like sound waves that like mess you up?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, they got ones that can drive you nuts. Have
Yeah.
you ever tried like the delta wave stuff while you sleep?
Uh-uh.
Oh, it's like instant nightmares for me.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it like puts me to sleep super fast, but I immediately start seeing like
Oh, weird.
horrible shit in my head. I'm like, oh my God.
Like dog whistles or like those speakers that you can buy that will deter your dog from barking. So
They don't
I
work
can,
very good.
it works on my neighbor's dogs because we have one, but I can still hear some of those frequencies. You're supposed to
Really?
lose those at a certain point in your
Right.
life. And so if I walk by that thing when it's going off, it feels like a hot needle in your ear. Like it sucks. So I can only imagine if they like amp it up or do
Yeah.
something crazy, how that would feel. That would like
Messes
totally
your
mess your
insides
brain
up.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, mine are like everyone can hear the ones on my dog's collars.
Mm.
So, but the dogs generally don't bark unless once they hear that, they're like, all right, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Unless they're like the dog next door is right against the fence and they go apeshit. They don't care about that.
They don't
noise.
care?
They're like,
Mhm.
threat, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, not very helpful.
I got a question for you guys.
Mhm.
So like down the street, like about a mile away from my house, there's a new place being built. I don't know what it is. But they got a porta potty. I don't know what else you call those. A porta potty.
Yeah.
Where you go.
Sandy Hut.
Sandy Hut. Yeah,
There it is.
exactly. I don't know where people are listening from, you know?
Oh, true.
So a portable toilet.
Yeah.
Not like almost every day I drive by because I got to go drive by that way to pick up my kids. I see someone stop there using it.
Really?
Just random
Yeah.
people?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not like you live that far out of civilization.
That's what I figure. Like, so if you're in the area, it's probably because you're going home.
10 miles
you
in any
gotta
direction
be
and you're in
close to your house.
a town.
So like, it blows my mind. And like, I've noticed it so much now because I'm always paying attention now
Yeah.
because it blows my mind. One day I did see the Amazon guy stop there. Kind of understand that
Yeah.
one.
Oh,
I
yeah,
can
yeah, yeah.
get
That's
that.
that's totally fine.
But like, I'll see like random normal cars and I'm like, you probably
Maybe
live,
it's a drug trading
here.
truck like thing.
something's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm like, dude, what? Like, I don't care if I'm like on the verge. I will risk it
Yeah.
to make it home. I'm not going in a porta potty,
Well,
a
yeah.
random one.
Well, I mean, how often are those not gross?
Yeah,
So rare. I
Yeah.
would.
they got
I
sports.
mean, I get it if
complex.
it's an emergency, but there's no way that all of those that you're seeing are an emergency.
No, it's almost like they see a porta potty and they're like, I'm gonna go blow that thing up. It's almost like it's weird. It's like a fetish. Because I've seen some people and
that
I'm
is
like,
weird.
what
Huh.
are you doing?
Gross. I would rather go in the sagebrush. Like,
I mean, go to Target. Like, go
Yeah.
10 minutes from here. Go to Target.
Hmm.
I don't get it, but I've seen it a lot recently, and I'm all.
And where's this at?
That's the corner, that like the mile down that way.
Okay.
At the 4-way stop there.
Really?
oh,
There's that porta potty right there.
Wow.
so weird.
Yeah.
That is weird.
You guys will probably see someone stop there.
You're either 1 minute from your house or 1 minute after leaving your house.
Yeah.
Like pretty
Yeah.
much everyone. In this
Yeah.
area.
Everyone in this
Yeah.
area. It just so happens that it's a porta potty. It's not locked. And I feel like some people are just like, I don't know. Let me go
Interesting.
That's
mess
bizarre,
that thing
dude.
up.
I
Interesting.
never noticed it. Now I'm gonna have to start looking for them just everywhere. And be like,
Yeah.
Huh.
I get it. Like the Amazon guy, it made me laugh because I was with my wife and I'm all, oh, the Amazon guy's in it. You know, so it made me laugh.
Yeah.
But I'm like, but that's understandable.
Yeah. Because what are they going to do?
Yeah.
Could be like San Francisco and spend like almost $2 million on building a small little hut for a bathroom.
To just have everybody shit on the street?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
still,
That is weird. That's got to be like a drug traffic stop.
Could be.
maybe I should go in
Drop
there.
has been made.
Maybe check it out just one time, just
a
to make
camera
Swoop
out
sure.
there.
around.
Yeah. Super around.
See if you find like a load of cash.
That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to go, but
Yeah.
yeah. It would be cool though. Megan, what you got for us? I know you got a story.
I do.
I don't know.
I don't know. What stories do I have? I don't feel like I have anything good going on. Sorry, guys. I'm super boring.
Why?
I don't know. Trying to think if anything exciting's happened lately. Not really. Just the trip. I drove by myself with her to San Diego.
Really?
Yeah. And it actually went way better than I anticipated.
Did you look at any flights?
Yeah, but then like all that airplane stuff was happening, recently.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'd rather not. And then also I kind of wanted to have my car and just like the flexibility to just do everything. So it wasn't that bad. I was really worried it would be a nightmare. So
yeah. I get updates from like Southwest. I just got one. And it's always like Wednesday, want to get away Wednesday or something. And it's like, give you 30% off. And then I'll look and stuff, and it's like certain cities. I think one day it was like to Long Beach, and I'm like, Long Beach is cool. Like, that's a cool airport, and we can go a lot of different places from Long Beach.
Yeah.
But dude, it's still expensive. I'm all, for 4 tickets, it's still like $1,500.
Hey, round trip, I hope?
Yeah, round trip. But I'm like, that's not getaway.
Yeah.
no.
That's a vacation,
yeah.
you know?
I do have a Southwest card, so I
That's
have
the
free
beginning of a
flights
Disneyland
with points. But
trip.
Dude, when did you do that?
What do you mean?
You should have just done that.
I mean, yeah, but also I'm kind of saving those up because they don't expire, and they fly to Hawaii. So I want to, in hopes to be able to do that.
Do you see that they're charging
Sunday.
for bags now? Or they will be?
Yeah. Is it all bags or?
Yeah, sounds
matter
like
what?
anything you want to check.
Huh.
Well, everything carry on, yeah.
I might get
Maybe
free
besides
vouchers.
the purse.
So maybe if you're lucky, the price will drop.
Well, since
Of
I'm a
the regular
card holder,
ticket.
though, that you get perks, so maybe they'll give you like a bag voucher or something.
So you got like a Visa.
It's a Chase Southwest.
Okay, card. Yeah. I always thought about doing that, but then I'm like, well, we don't travel that
My
much.
sister's like, oh, you got to get this. You got to get the card. I'm like, why? I don't travel that much, and I'd rather just have one for Costco. I always get like a $1,200 check to Costco every
Oh,
year.
yeah, that's good too.
Like,
And you can buy Southwest cards from there.
that's right.
Oh,
$500
there you
worth, you can get them for like $450, so $50 off.
Yeah,
So you could use that. Yeah.
That's an idea.
there it is.
Gotta make it. Yeah, dude, I don't get it. And there was a time, when TikTok first started, a big chunk of the TikTokers were like the guys trying to save you money by points, credit card points, and doing all this stuff and traveling. And they'd be like, oh, look at how much I spent. And I'm like, how's that possible? And I would like watch their content. And then I go and try and do the same, or just like to see, and it's like super expensive. And I'm like, dude, what land are you guys traveling from?
It's a lot of work. Like there's a guy, he's called the Points Guy on Instagram, and he has a pretty big following. So he gives you like tips and tricks to like capitalize on certain points bonuses and like which cards are good for what thing you might want to look at or whatever. So he's really helpful if anybody's interested in that. But
The Points Guy?
The Points Guy,
That might be the same dude I saw on
It
TikTok.
might be. He's a pretty big deal. But it does take a lot of time to like get into all that and manage all that. But then you get, your rewards for it. But I don't know.
Yeah.
a
No,
lot
same
to
thing.
learn.
I follow a lot of like CPAs and stuff on X, and they're like, oh, you can maximize your points if you. And they have like 5 different credit cards.
Oh,
that
this
they
guy has like
do.
28.
Oh, if I'm buying gas, I use this one. If I'm doing this, I do that one. I'm like, no, thank you.
Yeah, it's a lot to manage. It's like, well, I'll do like, I have one card that's for like other travel stuff, like hotels, stuff like that. And then Southwest card. And that's all I'm going to manage.
Okay.
If I miss out on something, oh, well,
Yeah.
that's all I can handle.
But it's like you guys are saying, it's almost like a second job.
Oh, yeah.
Part-time job just so you can save.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it's worth it because every time I try to like look at stuff and I'm like, it's expensive. So I don't really know how you save.
Right.
Yeah. I think you just have to devote a lot of time. So then
And then
it would
some
have
of
to
those
be
cards
worth your
have
time.
annual fees tied to them and stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
get out of here.
Yeah.
There's
Yep.
no way.
Nope.
Well, if anyone knows how to get cheaper flights, let us know.
Anybody has a PJ we can borrow for free?
Mm-hmm.
Let us know.
Yeah, but the whole flying thing is kind of scary.
Yeah, I'm not a good flyer on a good day. So if I can avoid it and have time to, like I will. But It's not like I completely freak out on a flight and like cause a scene, but I do not enjoy it at all. It's not a good time.
Yeah, I find it a little scary, but at the same time, it's like,
Yeah. I mean, we had one flight that was so turbulent. I think it was last year with her that she almost threw up on the flight. And it's like, that is the last thing I need on top of all this is for you to barf everywhere. But luckily that didn't happen. But it was so scary. I just hate it. I hate it. Yeah.
Well, my discomfort, I think I'd rather fly the hour instead of driving the 7-8 hours.
Yeah. If you don't have the time, like I would totally just fly, but I had the time to work around. So I was like, I'll just drive. But totally understandable if you don't.
Yeah, you just gotta, when you get up on the plane, you gotta make sure it's not a female pilot.
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
Good idea. What if there was two, the pilot and the co-pilot?
So I'm getting off.
For sure getting off.
Maybe like the flight simulators on the computer. Maybe I'll just start doing that. So just in case they need help, I'll be like, hey, certified on the PC right here. So
I
let
did
me get
the
up
video
there.
game, guys.
Because
Flight Simulator 1998. I got this.
that's scary. Well, I mean, a lot of those crashes or that you've been hearing, they were like female pilots. It's almost like they don't have the reaction time.
It's strange.
I don't even know. Like I quit reading it because I would see a headline. I was like, I can't read this anymore. It's freaking me out how much stuff is
you
happening.
shouldn't worry about that. There's like 10,000 flights a day in the
No,
US.
I know, but just recently it was like, what the heck is going on? Like it was getting so weird.
Well, that's just the news cycle though.
But a lot of those have to be reported on. Like you have to report those. So they make it to the news. So if you don't hear about it, nothing's really happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No.
Hey, but flights, there's less flights now, though.
It's the opposite. It's just a news cycle. Just like the trains. Remember the big train derailed in the Midwest a couple of years ago, and all of a sudden you just heard about train crashes constantly. There's 400 train accidents every single year, but you didn't hear about any of them until that happened, right? Because the news cycle, we can thrive on this. Same thing with the planes. To date, we have less plane incidents this year than we had last year. But last year, you wouldn't know that there was any issue. Yeah, like sure it gets reported maybe on like local news or something.
Yeah,
I'll go compare.
It's like an airline actually goes down in flames, you don't hear about it. They don't report that shit because the national news. They're like, well, if you depending on what you look at, they're all just in the scare cycle. Like, this is a big thing right now. Keep reporting this.
I'll compare statistics to last year. Make myself feel better.
Yeah, you do it and report back to us.
Okay.
But you feel like they wouldn't do that. The media, because then it's like people don't want to fly. I'd be Southwest calling them up, be like, dude, what are you guys doing?
Yeah. What's going on over there?
Yeah.
I got to pay for bags and you're crashing. I got to cancel my flight. Sorry.
Yeah. No. But I think there's less flights nowadays.
Think so?
Just in general?
Yeah. Because I think that's why they're so expensive, because they're not like how they used to just come out of our area, at least. We don't have a big airport, but it seemed like there was more options. And then now it's like...
Yeah, Southwest had a shitload of flights to Vegas a couple of years ago every single day, and now there's like 4.
Yeah.
I'm like,
So and those are super expensive.
Every time I've flown to Vegas, I'm like, God. They're like, this is a full flight. I'm like, yeah, no
Every
kidding.
time, yeah.
You guys compounded all of the flights into 3 or 4 flights a day.
Ever since COVID, dude.
Yeah.
COVID just ruined it for everyone.
Yeah, probably was.
Kind of wild. COVID, just changed everything for us.
Have you seen this, change directions here. Have you seen this trend where people are making these reels on Instagram or whatever? Like their morning routines.
Yeah.
It's mocking a guy, Ashton Hall official. What's his deal? Is he, from what I understand, he's not a signed football player, but he's trying to get signed or something.
No, I think he like played college and that was it. And he had like 6 carries for like 35 yards.
Yeah.
That was
so
like
people
his
are like,
stats.
oh, they're overlooking this guy, but
he's jacked.
Yeah. I'd like to see I'd like to see him tested. But for some steroids, but so everyone's making parodies on his stuff. Oh my God, it's so funny because his stuff is like he gets up at 3 a.m. He's clearly sponsored by Saratoga Water, apparently.
I don't know if he was.
That's his blue, his little blue glass container. Have you seen this?
Yeah, and one of the podcasts I listened to talked about this guy.
It's so over the top.
And
like 3
it's not
a.m.
satire, right?
No.
Like, this is just how he does it.
Yeah.
Well, and I was telling Dave, it's either him or someone else. I'm pretty sure it was him because it was like the same build, black dude. But I saw it like about 3 months ago.
Right.
Huh.
And I saw it on Instagram and I was like, that's pretty interesting. But it was his routine was a little bit different.
Yeah. If you go to his page, it's just constantly almost like that same thing posted over and over again. Like it's just, this is a different routine.
And then he gets to a certain amount of followers and he'll do like balloons and start running. And like, I don't know, it's just kind of weird. But like the ones I saw were, I even was like, that's kind of cool. I like the whole putting water. I didn't know it was like bubbly water, sparkling water.
Yeah.
But the water and the ice to like wake you up in the morning. I was like, that's pretty cool. Like stuff like that. But then now he's doing like the banana on the face and like a bunch of other shit.
The whole thing's so lame. Get up at 3 a.m., walk out on your balcony, do 3 push-ups, and then take a drink of your Saratoga water.
Yeah. And then he doesn't end up actually getting to work until like 8. So he took all that time in the morning for this extravagant routine.
So what's his work?
Oh, I don't know. I just remember them
so
saying
he's on the
no-
phone for 3 seconds. It says 10 million.
And then he goes and runs.
Yeah.
So he's not even, that's what's funny is like he gets up, does a morning routine, cool. And then he's like kind of works out.
What's his work? His work is an influencer. That's what he is.
But he kind of works out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then gets dressed to go work out.
Yeah.
And then comes back and does like the office thing. And it's like, hey, it's like, holy shit. And then he'll like get dressed again to go run with like a weighted vest on.
With cameramen.
Yeah, with people behind him the whole time. And it's like, hey, how many miniature workouts are you doing a day?
When you're waking up that early. What time do you have to go to bed? 4 p.m.?
That's another thing.
Okay. I mean, go ahead, do what you want to do. But
So someone that's on the same vibe is like Mark Wahlberg, but he does it
God, yeah.
normal, right? But he gets up around 3 or 4.
No, he's like,
4.
no, and then it always gets earlier.
But it's like what time? Yeah, like what time do you go to bed?
Like 8.
You're just going to miss like the whole night with your family. Like, because I know they're not getting up that early. So then like they're going to bed later. The kids get home from school and you're like, good night.
Saw a schedule one time. I think it's like 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. is like breakfast time with the family. And then
that's all he has.
Maybe,
some
that's
other
probably
time
all
in
he
the
has.
afternoon, and
yeah. Because the kids are like, when he's winding down, the kids are maybe getting done with homework, getting dinner, and then they just want to go chill, do something. And he's already in bed by that time.
So funny.
for
Meanwhile, I'm at the house at 8:30 at night, dragging my ass like, just go to bed.
Yeah.
Like, I just need some downtime.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Meanwhile, I'm over in my bed at 10:30 p.m. on TikTok.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm horrible about that. I go to bed at 8:30 or 9, and then I'll watch TV for like an hour and a half. Sometimes I'm like, damn it, I better go to sleep.
Oh, you know what I've been doing that dude does? Mouth taping. You guys into that?
No.
I haven't done
Is
it,
it
but I'm not a
working?
mouth breather.
What is it supposed to do?
I don't know. Yeah. So I don't really know what it's supposed to do. I've seen some people talk about it.
It's to promote nasal breathing while you're sleeping.
Okay.
But it has other effects on you.
Oh.
I guess nasal
All right.
breathing is supposed to be good for you.
Very good for you.
Yeah. Like it's supposed to actually lift your whole face up.
Yeah, like your jawline.
Yeah.
Like it changes your jawline and shit.
I'm just like, okay.
So we'll see if I look like a hot Squidward one of these days. But no, so I did it like 2 days. I had just like this tape that was like for like cuts or something. So I put it on just like a strip and it worked good. So then I was like, oh, let me find some. So we went to Walmart and they have some at Walmart that were like kind of advertised for like kids. So we're like, okay. So I grabbed them. Dude, they're basically the kinetic tape that for like athletes.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. The KT
Right. So I
tape.
put it on. Dude, ripped the shit out of my lips. Like bad.
Yeah.
That's what I was wondering is what kind of adhesive are they having to use on that?
So it was so bad.
If
So
you
I
do
did
it every day,
I did it 2 days and then just ripped the shit out of my lips.
just
So I'm
have
like,
a giant rash like from all the skin coming
yeah.
off.
So I'm not doing it no more
Yeah.
till I find something different. And then I actually, because they're kind of longer strips, I put that on my hand when I go riding dirt bikes because it kind of like make it to where it kind of makes it like you have an extra ligament almost.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
how sticky that shit is.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so I found, so the really popular one that everyone talks about is the hostage tape.
Oh,
Which is pretty gnarly name for a product.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought that and I started using it on Monday. So I've been using that one. I think that one's not as strong as the other shit.
Not as sticky. Like,
Yeah, it's not
Oh,
as
that's
strong
good.
like that. But what I do in the morning is I run hot water and then I put it on my mouth before I rip it off. So it kind of gets it all wet and it like kind of maybe melts the adhesive a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I take it off and it's been fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that's what I was wondering about.
But no clear benefit yet.
So I don't know if I would feel it, but obviously, like, yeah, my mouth is
Do you
closed the
snore
entire
normally?
night. No,
I thought that was like part of the thing. Like,
no, but like I do have nights where I'm like sleeping and I like move and I feel like just a whole wet part on my face because I've just been drooling the whole night.
yeah.
I'm like,
Gross.
oh, you know, so it's like I've been sleeping with my mouth open,
Yeah.
you know, and then I was thinking too, like, you know, ceiling fan, usually your mouth, you wake up feeling with a sore throat and stuff.
Mhm.
So with this thing, you might not, because
Right.
you're just
Yeah.
breathing through your nose.
Yeah.
So it's a lot easier than probably people think. Like you just breathe normal through your nose. You don't need to
Unless-
breathe through your mouth.
Unless you can't breathe through your nose,
Yeah.
then don't do it.
I guess
'cause
if
you'd
you're
probably
stuffed
suffocate.
up or something, it'd be harder. But
Well, if you have like a deviated septum or other issues in there, if your nose has been broken a lot, then that probably won't help you. But
yeah. But yeah, it's pretty simple.
Mhm.
Put it on. I sleep fine, but I don't know if I'm getting any benefit from it. But I do know my mouth is closed that night and I'm breathing through my nose.
and people that do it seem to like really like it. Like
Yeah.
they sleep better. Or they just, I don't know, just makes them feel better.
Yeah. So what is it? So I'm at 3 nights. So I'll let you guys know like in 2 weeks or so.
Okay.
Right.
Maybe like if I feel like a big difference.
Hmm.
But yeah, not
Just gonna
bad.
have
You
a
won't be
different
eating
face.
any spiders in your sleep, at least.
Oh, that's
That
a good
too.
point.
That too.
I'm always scared of that.
Yeah. Apparently, you eat like 7 a year or so.
Well, Megan, you should probably try
Oh.
the tape. So if you're really scared of that.
Well, I thought it was like 9 in your life or something.
But I don't know.
7
That's
a
a
I'm
big
just
year.
making shit up at this
Yeah.
point. I was. Yeah, I thought I saw somewhere it says like the average person
Could
eats
be.
like seven spiders a year.
All right. What do you guys got to end the show today?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I got nothing.
I don't know. What should we end it with? Like,
You know, Megan was going to bring us a treat.
Mm.
A day we were going to have the podcast and then we didn't have it.
Yeah.
But she's going to bring us peeps. And I'm kind of grateful that we didn't do it that day
Yeah.
because those are disgusting.
Yeah.
oh yeah, those got 8 because it was I hadn't came down here to do it in so long. I was like, I'm just gonna eat these.
Were they good?
Well, I like Peeps.
Ah.
I'm one of those weird people that likes them, but
Yeah, that's strange.
I mean, I can't eat a lot of them. But
you know
I,
what are the best? Are the freaking Starburst jelly beans.
I don't think I've ever had those.
I don't think I've ever
Get
seen
some of
those.
Okay, I'll get some
Oh,
of
they're
those.
good.
They had what flavors? I had Dr. Pepper Peeps, which I've had before. They're pretty good. Rice Krispie flavored ones, which were like basically maybe slightly more vanilla flavor than like a normal Peep.
Okay.
And then,
I don't know why you'd give up a Rice Krispie to eat a peep.
well, I
but-
don't either, but
What if you made a Rice Krispie with a peep? Because it's just marshmallow, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, could.
Something to think about.
And then they had sour watermelon, and I've never seen a sour flavor before.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
It
either.
was weird, but I did not hate it. It's like I took a small bite and I was like, ooh, no, this is really funky. And then I took another little bite and I was like, actually, it's growing on me.
Yeah.
But it was strange.
I take my kids to Target, look for Pokemon cards.
I
But
think
then,
that's where I got these.
okay, but then they have a Starbucks in there.
Mm-hmm.
So they get an icy usually
Oh, huh.
if we go. So they got a peep flavor.
Oh,
And my little kid was drinking it. And I'm like, let me try that.
just all sugar.
Yeah, I'm going to do you never drinking this one again. Compared to the other ones, it was
Yeah.
crazy how sweet it was.
Oh, because I mean, yeah, Peeps are super sweet anyway.
Yeah.
So like,
It was wild. And then the next time we go, he's like, well, what kind do you want? He's all, the yellow one. I'm like, no, I told you ain't having that shit. Or you could have any other one, but
Yeah.
you're not
Yeah.
having that peep one.
you
He's
should.
all, I'll
crazy.
take the Mountain Dew one then, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. You should look up how much sugar's in that one compared to the other one. He
Just
gets.
just
Probably at
the
least
cherry
doubled.
and blue one.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I had a Monster for the first time in like 20 years.
Oof.
It was the zero one, like Monster Zero, you know, so it's like Coke Zero.
Yeah.
It was so sweet. I couldn't finish it. I had a couple sips. I was like, wow, these really do taste like
I
shit.
can't do those. I get heart palpitations.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
But also they don't taste great, so it's like I
Yeah.
don't mind.
Yeah, I've never been a big fan of none of the energy drinks besides Red Bull. Just a normal, original Red Bull.
I like the Celsius ones.
Yeah.
They're pretty
I have
Celsius
one
are
of those.
good.
Yeah.
But that's a new style energy drink, not like the old school early 2000s energy drinks.
Yeah, that'll give you a heart attack.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You ever seen the construction workers just get 2 big old monsters for the day?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, God, I would die.
When I was doing like landscaping stuff for like my pops, you know, you stop at the 7-Eleven or
Mm-hmm.
gas station, and like all the construction workers would be in there getting like burritos or whatever for later, but then they'd have like tall ones that have like
Oh, the
screw on
top
one, and they get like 2 in them all. Like looking
yeah.
at them, holy
Jesus.
shit.
Yeah.
Dude, and if I keep doing this in a year, you won't be here no more.
No,
Yeah.
you're gonna die.
You're gonna die from a heart attack, man. Or they're all shaking, just fall off a roof.
Oh yeah, that's
know?
not safe. Jesus.
But it was pretty wild. Like the construction workers, like all those type of workers, like yeah, they go for it when it comes to energy drinks.
Yep.
And Monster seems to be a popular one.
Not a fan.
Not
I
a
don't
fan
know.
either.
It's just like it ends up tasting like bubble gum sort of flavor. There's like a hint of that in
Yeah, bubblegum's
Monster or Rockstar too. I don't know. I always remember getting that, and I just didn't. I hate that bubblegum flavor. I don't know. I could be making that up. That could
Yeah,
just
I think
be me.
so.
pretty good. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It's always what I kind of tasted in those. Not a fan.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if Celsius wants to sponsor us,
Ooh.
I mean, that's it. I don't drink it.
I mean, I don't really either, but it is a good one. I've
All
had
right,
a
quick
couple.
question to end the podcast.
Yeah.
You guys are on the podcast. You guys bring a sponsor in, but you guys bring any sponsor or a sponsor that you rock with the product.
Oh, I see what you mean. I'm a bad liar and a bad salesperson, so I would have to really like it.
Well, but I'm talking, but also like money. They're giving you money, so it's not just like you know.
I would hate to.
So you're giving up money by being like, nah, I don't like Monster, so I don't want your sponsor. Type deal. So,
Man. Oh well.
what do you think?
I would hate to promote something that sucks.
I got to go with something I'm vibing with.
Me
It'd
too.
just be so much better to get money from
So much
something
easier,
you
too.
like, and easier.
Yeah. Plus, you got to figure they're probably going to send you a pallet of shit that you're
Oh,
going to
yeah.
end up drinking
It's
or
like
eating or whatever.
Well, you give it away to
whatever.
you
That's
give it away
true.
as like giveaways.
Well,
So that'd be an easy.
they
one.
want you to have it on the desk
Yeah.
if it's
Yeah.
a drink, whatever. It's got to be something you like.
Yeah.
So
What would you pick then?
No, I was just wondering if you guys would give up the money or just be like, yeah, we'll take it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I figure if one person's interested, one company's interested, there's going to be others. So
Yeah.
I would be like, oh, okay, let me think about it. Then I'd go reach out to someone I really wanted to be sponsored by. Be like, hey, we're getting offers, but
We got this offer.
you got
from
the
this
stuff that I'd
place.
really like to be sponsored by.
See, so we're real people here. Anything you guys see us consume or rock with is because we rock with it. It's
Yeah,
not because we're
not
getting
faking
paid.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nope.
Thus, we have no sponsors. Oh, the cool stuff don't like us. Thank you guys for coming on the show.
Yes.
You're welcome.
We gotta next time we all unite again, we're gonna have the podcast catered by a certain company, so we could taste test,
Yep.
and it won't be Peeps. It's gonna
No.
be something
Thank
delicious.
goodness. All right.
Yeah.
So we have to tune back in.
Yeah, so tune back in for that
Find
next
out.
time. So we'll have to set a date for us again.
Yep.
And then in the meantime, I might have some interviews. If you guys want to join, you guys can too.
All right.
Sweet.
Perfect.
Other than that, tell your girlfriend and your baby mama. Follow us.
Please subscribe.
Like us, comment.
Follow us on all the socials. See you next week.
Bye.
See ya.